Welcome. Trauma is my jam, and by that I mean I help you understand what your body is doing. Let's make sense of it together. Hello, friends, and welcome back to From Trauma to Triumph. Today, we're going to talk about why you feel stuck right before the next level and what your nervous system actually needs. So, there is a phase in healing where nothing is technically wrong, but everything just kind of feels off. You want to move forward, but you're stuck, you're not moving, and you don't. You know what to do, but you're not doing it. And it can feel like you're stuck. But essentially, the truth is, you're not stuck. What you are experiencing is a nervous system threshold moment. Now, from a trauma-informed perspective, this phase makes complete sense. If for a long time your system has lived in survival mode, it's been wired for survival. And that looks like pushing through, staying busy, being hyper aware, holding everything together. And even though that can be exhausting, it's also familiar. So when life begins to shift, when you start stepping into something more stable, more aligned, more expansive, your nervous system doesn't automatically feel safe. What actually happens is your nervous system goes, oh, wait a minute. This is new. We don't know how to prepare for this. What is this? And oftentimes what will happen is your nervous system will choose familiar. Your nervous system will choose familiar discomfort over unfamiliar safety. So instead of moving forward, what happens is it actually slows you down. This is the moment where people say, I feel unmotivated, or I feel stuck. I don't know why I can't just do it. And what is actually happening is your system is asking for regulation before expansion. No more pressure, not more force, not more self-judgment, but safety. That's what your system's asking for. And this is where old coping strategies can come back in. Things like scrolling, avoiding, isolating, numbing, returning to a substance or a behavior. And that's not because you're failing. It's because your system is trying to soften the intensity, it's trying to create a sense of control, and it's trying to regulate what feels unfamiliar. So instead of asking yourself, what's wrong with me? Try asking, what is my nervous system trying to protect me from right now? Now, let's look at a couple real life examples. So, example number 1, entering into a healthy relationship. So let's say you meet somebody who is consistent. They're emotionally available, calm, and respectful. And on paper, this is everything you wanted. But internally, something feels off. You may notice overthinking their intentions, this feeling of waiting for the shoe to drop, feeling the urge to pull away or create distance, or even losing interest and not understanding why. From the outside, this can look like self-sabotage. But from a nervous system lens, this is a threshold moment. Your nervous system may be used to unpredictability, emotional highs and lows, having to work for connection. And so when something is steady, your body doesn't recognize it as safe. It recognizes it as unfamiliar and alerts all the systems. Now let's look at example number 2, stepping into a new career or role. Now, this could be like you moving into a leadership position, starting your own business, teaching, speaking, or becoming more visible. Whatever you've worked towards, you're qualified. You're capable. And on paper, this is exactly where you want to be going. This is the direction you want for yourself career-wise. But internally, something shifts. And you might notice procrastination or avoidance, difficulty starting tasks you know how to do, feeling unmotivated or disconnected, increased self-doubt or overthinking, or reaching for distractions or old coping strategies. And the thought often becomes, why can't I just do the thing? But what is actually happening is your nervous system is saying, oh, I don't know what's going on here. And so, out of fear, out of the need for protection and survival, we're going to do nothing. Because nothing, at least, is safer than the unknown. Remember, this isn't laziness or being unmotivated. This is a threshold nervous system. So, whether it's relationships, careers, or any kind of expansion for that matter, this phase will often feel like I want to, but I don't want to. Because your system is learning how to feel safe in something it has never experienced before. So, let's give our nervous system a little bit of a boost. So we're going to take 30 seconds together, and if you are able to and it feels safe and right for you, I invite you to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a slow breath in through your nose and a longer exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. And just notice, are you bracing anywhere in your body? Maybe in your jaw, shoulders, chest, stomach, legs. Just allow yourself to just pay attention to your body. And if something comes up, we are not trying to fix it. We're simply going to say, I am safe to soften just a little. No forcing. Just allowing. So again, this regulation exercise you can do a couple times a day, very discreetly. People won't even know. And I always recommend to people that you practice a regulation technique every single day, at least once. Because here's the thing, our brains work on repetition and patterns. So the more we practice something, it's the same as like when you're learning a new skill. The more you get out on that bike and keep practicing and keep trying to figuring out how to pedal and how balance works, the more you practice, the better you become at it, the easier it becomes. And then there comes a point where you just hop on a bike now and you know what to do. You don't give any thought process to it because your body recognizes, oh, I'm on the bike again. Okay, this is what I do with my legs and this is how we steady ourselves. Your brain does all that work automatically because you've trained it by continuing to practice. The same goes for regulation. The more you practice regulation, the more you're able to pull it out and do the regulation when you're elevated, when you need to do it. So that's why practicing when life is just relatively calm, or at least at your baseline. This builds that skill. This builds up that idea in your body that safety is okay and can happen. And the more that you practice it, the more that you bring that into your body and allow your body to experience it, the more your body is going to start looking to repeat that experience again. Now, in all practicality, we cannot just stay frozen. We cannot just accept and help our body regulate. We still have to be doing the work and moving forward. So instead of asking yourself, what should I do today around this situation? So returning to the example of the new job position. What should I do today? You're feeling overwhelmed. There's many different tasks that need your attention. Take a breath. You're going to ask yourself, what is one small step I can take without overwhelming my system? And then you're going to take that step. And when that step is done, you're going to repeat the question. What is one small step I can take without overwhelming my system? And then you're going to work towards that step. Keep it simple. Keep it manageable. And keep it something that allows movement without pressure. That is what we are learning to do. We are learning to allow movement without pressure or the need of threat. Healing isn't just about leaving survival. The next step of that process is about learning how to live when survival is no longer your identity. And remember, that can feel unfamiliar. And in a survival brain, familiar sounds the alarm system just as much as an actual threat. So even when it's good, your system is like, brace for impact. We don't know what's happening here. All right, that is it for today. So listen, if you're sitting in that space right now, know that you're not stuck and you're not behind and you're not failing. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. I too am sitting in this spot right now. But it's okay. I'm trying to remind myself and give myself the grace that right now my system is recalibrating. Integration is happening, and I am learning how to feel safe as I step into the next level. And my body and my nervous system need support while we do that. So today, I'm going to be taking everything one small step at a time that doesn't overwhelm. And I will start ticking off one thing after another on my to-do list. But I'm going to do so from a place of working very hard and being aware of trying to provide my system what it needs to move through this threshold moment with ease.